During the president's motorcade ride to his Virginia golf course today, he fired off on Twitter, ignoring existing legal rights for undocumented immigrants. We must immediately, with no judges or court cases, bring them back from where they came. The president's edict fails to recognize constitutional due process, long-established case law that grants that protection to non-citizens. But that did not stop the idea from bubbling this week.
I don't want judges, I want border security. I don't want judges, I want Border Patrol, I want ICE.
The president vents his frustration at Congress after House Republicans could not decide on legislation to address the border crisis, and he made Democrats his target.
It's the Democrats' fault, but it wouldn't be their fault for long if they sat down with us. We could make a deal so quickly.
Democrats, including some who made trips to the border this week, argue their party has been kept out of negotiations, an impasse that fuels the campaign year fight. Illinois Democrat Luis Gutierrez.
It's wrong to separate babies, to use cruel, inhumane policies in order to gin up your political base. And it seems like it's working.
In a new interview with Christian media outlet TBN, the president says he wants to impose a financial punishment on migrants' home countries in Central America.
Oh, you take a country like Honduras or so many others, they're sending people into our country by the thousands. I think we should stop giving them money.
But just days ago, Vice President Pence met the leader of Honduras here at the White House and declared a strong partnership. Officials say the vice president will travel to Central and South America this week, including a stop in Guatemala, where many migrants at the U.S. border now come from. I'm told immigration is not officially on the agenda, but it'll be hard to avoid. The president heads back out tomorrow on the campaign trail, where illegal immigration is a fault line. And Congress is expected to try again to legislate some kind of solution to ease the crisis.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.